Hey team, it's Scott from Bartlow's Barbecue, and today we're introducing to you Kamado Joe Pellet Joe to the backyard space. We're going to unbox it, assemble it, do our first burn-in, talk about all the highlights of the grill, share a few other details, so stick around and we're going to jump right into it. Well, before I take you to the garage to unbox and assemble the Pellet Joe, I want to say thank you to Kamado Joe for sending this my way. I'm so grateful. I've been eyeing the Pellet Joe for a year since it's come out. And man, Kamado Joe, if you're new to KJ cooking, they're known for their ceramic eggs, and they innovate when it comes to the different ways that they make the experience better, from their stands to the airlift hinge to the slow roller, all the cool accessories that come with Kamado Joe, and even their latest grill, the Kettle Joe. They're always continuing to come up with better products and better ways to enhance the experience for you as an end user. So this is true with the Pellet Joe. We're going to walk through how to put it together and then just highlight what it looks like and the key features. And again, I'm going to learn with you as I put my first cooks together over the next few weeks. So let me know in the comments what kind of cooks you'd like to see on the Pellet Joe. But again, you're getting a little teaser as well of my barbecue studio and barbecue shack. You saw this in the background here. You saw the barbecue gazebo in an earlier shot. So be sure to subscribe, turn on notification buttons for a video that's going to be coming out in the coming weeks, how we put together a barbecue shack and experience in my backyard. And you can just take different tidbits that you think might be helpful for your own backyard, and be sure to watch that coming up. So without further ado, let's go to the garage and begin to assemble and put together this Pellet Joe. Hey team, we're gonna unbox this and do a fast forward and show you the first phase of just taking all the pieces out in boxes, put them here, and then we're gonna show you what we're left with, and then begin to assemble the base, lift it inside the base, and show all the highlights and features of the Pellet Joe after that. So let's do a fast forward and have some fun. All right team, we got the Pellet Joe in the backyard, and you might be wondering, Scott changed clothes, and I did. When I was unboxing this, without my knowledge, I accidentally unhinged or unhooked the pit probe from the top of the ceramic, and so I submitted that to customer service and was able to get a response and get it sent back to me in a little over a week. Then I went on vacation, and here we are finally putting it together for you. So that's in full transparency what happened, but it was super easy to put together, and I had great customer service. So you literally just unscrew a few bolts from the inside and the outside, slides out, unplug it from the bottom, and then you slide right in, tighten some bolts, and you're set to go. So what I want to do right now is just highlight some features of the Pellet Joe, and then we've already got the Pellet Joe running, so I'm going to show you how you turn it on, and then just give you my final thoughts. And I would love to hear from you in the comments so far what you think of the Pellet Joe. Put in the comments. So right now what we've got here is an 18-inch grill. We are going to go ahead and show you the side shelves. These are the aluminum side shelves. We've got a Series 3 style base where you can store different things. I'm storing some Big Joe things. We've got the airlift hinge, which is a nice feature from the classic 2s and 3s. You've got the control tower. Then you've got your regular opening. One thing I like as far as an upgrade is you've got this kind of material here on the opener, the clicker, I'm not sure what you call that, just off the top of my head, but it's like a silicone, so it's not hot, doesn't get hot. We got the gasket up here, which is really nice, but they took it off the base and made it a hard surface, which I like that. It seems to keep the heat in really nice. Maybe that's a feature they'll keep and consider for their other classics, but something to pay attention to and really note. But 18-inch grill space right here. We've got the heat source coming from the bottom because the hopper is right here. The hopper is right there. I'll show you on screen what that looks like from another shot from earlier, but I'm using Jealous Devil pellets, and I filled that up. This is a 10-pound hopper. It can run up to 14 hours, I believe, at 200 degrees, and then I think at 400 degrees, or no, 600 degrees, it can run for 4 hours. So that's a really good run. So if you're steak searing at 600 degrees, and really you can do that at 550 to 600, so that's great for searing steaks, and then for low and slow barbecue at 200, 225, 250, or whatever really pleases you. And so that's the highlights. And so far, man, this is an awesome grill that I cannot wait to start cooking. Let me know in the comments what you think I should start cooking the first few cooks. I usually do chicken, pork butt, or my two starts. Let me know if you want to see those in the coming month here. And then as far as how did we get this thing turned on, is you're going to use the I command, and you're going to turn on the power from the back, and I'll show you that as I'm talking. The power button is really simple, and then to the left of that you're going to notice two pit probe connections, and it comes with two pit probes, and then you've got the regular pit probe to tell you what the temperature is of the inside of the grill. And then you've got kind of a small black button that highlights blue or red, and if it highlights blue and you click it and you turn the knob right here to Wi-Fi, when you got the app up, it should sync pretty simply. Make sure you've got your Wi-Fi connected in the right gigahertz and all that stuff, and your firmware is up to date. That should make it go super smooth to connect to the app, and they've made some updates recently, so there shouldn't be any issues using the iCommand app, and also works for the Pellet Joe. That's how it runs. Now there is an automatic feature, so or a manual feature, excuse me, if you want to bypass the Wi-Fi and you just want to do it manually, you just click that. There's a button that shows you manually, and it goes into different sequences of barbecue, grilling, or smoking. It just has different labels down here, and that's manual mode. So those are a few options if you want to do it automatic, or if you want to do it manually. They really thought that through. So overall, I am very impressed with how it's built. After cooking on the Big Joe for a long time now, or I say long time, the past few months since I've gotten it, it is crazy to think how small this feels compared to the Big Joe. 24 inches, this is 18 inches. That's not a knock, it's just going, man, I've been used to cooking on this for the few months, and you get this and goes, oh, this looks like a baby. To the hand touch, man, we're good. We're at 250. So we fired it up first. It showed a lot of smoke in the beginning, but after maybe 10 minutes in, it's clean smoke, and at that point, that's where you would place your food on. So that's kind of good to see for me, doing this for the first time, seeing that it kind of produces that smoke at first and then goes to a clean burn after 10 minutes or so. It took about 10 to 12 minutes to get up to temperature to 250. Once I programmed it. But overall, you got your wheel locks. It's easy to move. I'm impressed. So let me know what you want to see on the channel on the Pellet Joe. Let me know your thoughts and other things about this, and be sure to subscribe to the channel. Check out all the Kamado Joe playlists, and be sure to subscribe and share this with others if it's helpful for you. Again, from my backyard to yours, less hate, more love. Good barbecue. Till next time.